Morning, morning everyone. Hope you can all hear me. Hi Ruti. Morning Adrian. Morning Marco. Cool, great. Boker Tov, Aurel. Boker Tov. Conscious living. Boker Tov. Winston, morning. Hope you're well. Coping. Morning Tanya. I'll give you another minute or two and then we're going to start. Morning Gary. Just going to give it another minute and then I'm going to start. So I hope you've all been doing well. Locked in, locked out, lock down, lock out, whatever the situation is, we have to learn to accept what happens around us and know that we cannot control everything that happens around us, or we cannot control most of what happens around us, but we can control how we react. The key for having a good life is in your reaction and not in what happens around you, because we cannot control what happens around us, but we can control ourselves. So the minute we react, we set a pattern of a behavior. It's a seed to the next reaction. And every seed, the reaction that will come will be the exact same reaction as the seed. So again, like I said yesterday, you cannot plant an apple seed and hope to get plums. It doesn't work. If you plant an apple seed, you're going to get an apple. If you plant a seed of worry, then you're going to get worry. That's how it works. So to break this pattern, we need to become aware of our reactions. As we react, we need to become aware of it and learn to be objective to whatever experience that we have, and then we are going to be also objective to our reaction. So when we meditate, we practice objectivity. We work with our breath, and our breath is universal. Every human being has a breath. Doesn't matter from what walk of life they come, from what country, from what religion, what race. We all have breath. And breath acts as a bridge between the conscious and the subconscious. So every thought that we have, every discomfort or comfort that we feel always translate into our breath, always manifests in our breath. So when we become aware of our breath, we also have an open door to understand what happens in our subconscious. And we have many, many thoughts every day. We can have up to 40, 60,000 thoughts per day. So we cannot control every thought, but the breath can become a tool for us to work with, because we can always have awareness of the breath. And as long as we learn to be objective to the breath and to every experience that we have around us, then also our pattern of reaction is going to change. So the more we react in one way, the deeper the pattern becomes. But the more objective we become, also we change the pattern. So we're going to meditate. So all of you, the people that have never done it with me before, just sit down, and all the rest of you, of course, sit down in a comfortable position with a straight back, preferably on the floor. And make sure your back is straight, your neck is straight, your shoulders are relaxed, your face is relaxed. And we're going to work right here below our nostrils, over the upper lip. And the idea is to focus on the area and observe the breath as it goes in and as it goes out. So close your eyes and bring your attention to this area right below your nostrils. And observe your breath as it goes in and as it goes out. As it goes in and as it goes out. Just observe your breath naturally, without trying to change it, without trying to control it, without trying to manipulate it. Just accepting whatever experience there is, whatever pattern your breath has, just accept it. Whether it's deep, then it's deep. If it's shallow, then it's shallow. If it's fast, then it's fast. If it's slow, then it's slow. If it's going in from your right nostril, then it goes in from your right nostril. If it goes in from your left nostril, then it goes in from your left nostril. And just accept it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to manipulate it. And understand that your breath right now is the moment. Just try and stay with the moment. And observe your breath objectively. No preference. No preference. Just as is. And be aware of the change. There's constant change in the pattern. Different thoughts, different physical experiences, they're all changing the pattern. And be aware of the pattern, and be aware of the change, and understand that change is bound to happen. Everything is impermanent, and everything is bound to change. So don't get attached to any particular experience. Understand that whatever experience that you have manifested for some time, and then it's going to pass. So be aware of it. And when you are aware of it, as you're experiencing the change, then it becomes your truth. It's not because I tell you. It's not on an intellectual level. It becomes your truth from your experience, from your experiential level. So be aware of it. And every time that you feel that your mind is drifting, just bring it back to your breath without any negativity, without any frustration. Just understand that your mind right now is like that. And you gotta accept that it's years of experience, years of reactions, years of not being in focus. That's why your mind is drifting. So, without any frustration, just bring your breath, your thoughts, your attention back to your breath and stay with it. And if you feel that you're getting tired, if you feel that you're drifting, nodding, then just take a couple of intentional breaths and then go back to observing your breath. Whatever the experience, just accept it. Whenever your mind is drifting, just bring it back to you. We just meditated for about 20 minutes, I think 19 minutes altogether. You can continue meditating on your own. You can ask me any question in the chat box, any question about the technique in the chat box. Hi, Pat. Anthony. I understand that sometimes there's a bit of a delay in the chat box, so there's a delay between your comment and until I see it. So I don't ignore the questions, but there's just a delay sometimes. So you should meditate morning and evening. Use the insight that you have during your meditation. Use it during the day. Stay continuously with your breath for as long as you can. The breath will always help you to be in the moment, will always help you to accept the moment, to be less reactive, and to develop positive pattern instead of negative patterns. Gary, struggling this morning. First of all, Gary, Marco, struggling, it's a perception. You know, the idea that you sit down and you put the right effort, that's already what's important. And every moment, every day is different, and you got to accept it. And also, when you sit down and you are consciously trying to tame your mind, be in the moment, then the mind is reacting. And the mind many times is reacting with negativity. Things that come up are, you interpret the things that come up as negativity. But in fact, the moment, even when it's difficult, it's a positive moment because you're working on it. In fact, it's so much easier to go, would be so much easier to go through life if everything would always work in our favor, if everything would always be so easy, but it's not. So sometimes it feels good, sometimes it feels bad, but what makes a difference is how you deal with the moments that are not so easy. So sitting and observing your reality and understanding, okay, now it's not so comfortable. Okay, just observe it and understand that it's also going to change. Just like good moment change, also bad moment change. But our perception is what needs to be constant in its objectivity. Because when you're objective, when you accept every experience for what it is as something that is impermanent, then you start changing your life. Does it make sense? Cool. So again, try meditate morning and evening, even if you don't make it to, thanks Anthony, even if you don't make it to these morning sessions because you can't, just use the recordings that are on the playlist, and if even without the recording, you already know the technique. Just do it morning, evening. Aside from objectivity and reading, how best to integrate the principle of practice into daily life. So, Winston, awareness is key. So, when you practice your meditation, you learn to be objective to every experience. You also learn to be consistently and constant and continuously with your breath. So try and maintain this consistency and continuity within the day. Whenever you feel that negativity is arising, just go back to your breath and don't escape to your breath, but go back to your breath. And the minute you're going to go back to your breath, the insight that you get from meditation will come to you. Then you're going to know already, understand that everything is impermanent. Whatever happens during the day, which is negative, it's also impermanent. Your perception is what makes everything. So use the meditation, the insight, and the way you're changing your pattern of reactiveness and use it during the day. Before you go to sleep, be with your breath. When you wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, be with your breath, and it's going to help you to maintain the habit of being with your breath, and it will help you to maintain the continuous practice throughout the day. Don't do meditation just as a ritual. Use the insight, use your growth during the day. Does it answer your question, Winston? Thanks, Gary. There's a delay, so if you're answering and I'm not reacting, here we go. Thanks so much. Conscious living, thanks so much. So again, I'll be here during lockdown every morning, 9 o'clock, Cape Town time, wherever you coming in from, whatever time it is, this is the time. Half an hour, 35 minutes in the morning. Share it with whoever you think can benefit from it. If you have any questions, you want to connect with me directly, you can always find me through Facebook. Yeah, I hope you have a great day. Stay positive and always be objective. So if there's no more questions, lots of love, and we'll see you in the morning.